You're listening to a Lost in the Groove segment.
Having good vibes with your bones and joints. Taking a trip into the groove. American groove into stoner world. Gonna
I was kind of like, I was telling her, she's a friend of mine that I have out here. Her name's Tess. And I was telling her that, you know, why don't we do like meditation, but that's free. And we just like went on Meetup. So that's basically like where we found this. But isn't that random? Like the whole week they speak Portuguese. And then on tonight, like on Tuesdays, they speak English. There. It's like,
Yeah, you told me that you counted the chairs.
yeah, it was so quiet in there and so awkward because we're like waiting for them to like, you know, like set up the mics and the music that I just like took out my calculator and I started literally counting how many chairs was in the room. And there was 84 chairs. And out of the 84 chairs, there was 4 people.
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
so were you the 6th or were you the 5th person?
I was the 6th person.
Yeah.
Technically, there were 7 if you would include the fluffy dog.
How long was your meditation session?
54 minutes.
There was a fluffy dog?
There was a fluffy dog. The dog was very cute. Dog was very fluffy.
So did the dog meditate?
Yeah, surprisingly, yes. It took a nap. It took a long nap.
Was the dog did it belong to like the meditation instructor?
It belonged to somebody that was coming there, and like everybody that was in the room like spoke Portuguese. And this couple, they have this like wild SUV that like has all of this like writing on there, and then it has a picture of the dog on the rear door on the passenger side. It's just a picture of the dog, like just vinyl. I was just like, okay, they really like this dog. Like really, really like this dog. Like they literally brought it to a meditation session, you know?
Yeah, no, that dog is like a big part of their lives. That's awesome.
It seems so. Like they probably have to like bring more dogs next time so I can play with them.
No, that sounds really cute. I mean, their dog is like super loved. That's really good. You said you found the meditation on Meetup?
Well, Tess found it on Meetup, and it's kind of okay. So I remember when Meetup was like cool. Okay, there was like a time where like you use Meetup to actually like find really awesome events.
When
These
was
days,
that?
Like 2017, 2016. Yeah. Now, some things are real shady. Like, not like Slim Shady. I mean, like, real shady. All right? Like, it's to the point where you arrive at these places and you're like, damn, so it's just me and you? Yeah. In your mom's basement? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, like there are moments like that, you know.
You have to kind of like weed through them. Like you can't just go to like anything on Meetup. I went on Meetup when I moved back to Des Moines to like find some stuff, and I found a meditation. And what I do is like kind of look at like the past like times that the Meetup met and like see like what the turnout was like for that, and you know like what that was like. And it's the one that I went to, there's a like a little lake here called Gray's Lake, and Gray's
so original. So original.
Is it? It's just like so cliche.
I mean, it's Gray's Lake.
Gray's Lake. I have
Gray's
no idea. Gray's Lake. And so
is there
Gray's
a hill?
Lake, they do like a meditation. No, not really.
Just flat.
There's like a meditation that anybody can go to for free, and they probably do it like every like I would think that's like June. And they do meditation every month, but they do meditation only in Des Moines in June. Otherwise, they're like way off in some like outside town that's like over an hour's drive from here. So I was just like, oh hell no. So I go to their meditation in June, and it was really, really good. And she actually like leads a meditation. Like I went to a
It's
meditation.
guided. That's what we did tonight.
Yeah, hers is guided. The one that they do is guided, but yeah, I
It
mean
didn't
I
really
could go on
work.
forever.
It didn't really work for me. They're like, it's weird because like when they try to like unlock things, my brain is like, nope, nope,
Yeah, it's
not
gonna take a
going.
while. You have to let
Yeah,
it
not going
happen.
there.
You have to let it happen, yeah.
Yeah, you tell that to my
Do you remember
brain.
in Fight Club?
I watched exactly like 2 minutes of Fight Club.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
really good. It's a good book.
it is a good book. I read partial parts of the book. I kind of know what the story is, but I know it has nothing to do about a Fight Club. It's just called Fight Club.
No, there is a Fight Club.
Oh, there is an actual Fight Club?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I
What
think
is it
there's another
called?
book that's kind of like got a name like that, but this one there's an actual Fight Club, but
Oh, Footloose. I think we're thinking of Footloose. Because that's
no.
kind of... No, maybe it's
I don't
not.
know. But
I think we're too tired and too stoned.
no, I'm good. I just think like I don't know, you don't remember what I was talking about at all.
No, I remember you were talking about Fight Club and you were trying to bring up a point.
I know, but you don't
partic-
remember what we were talking about before Fight Club because it's quite easy for me to lose my train of thought.
We were talking about... hold on, give me a second. I mean, okay, we're talking about meditation, and then we were talking...
So in Fight Club, he does meditation. Thank you. And
I told you need to give me a minute.
his meditation is guided. And I mean, if I'd have just thought what the fucking episode is about, it's about meditation. So I could have remembered what I was talking about with Fight Club too. I'm ridiculous. And so they have him do meditation, and he's like, they guide the meditation, and he sees like a penguin. So like they tell him to go like into like his happy place, and his happy place is like an ice cave. And he like goes into his happy place, and he's supposed to like unlock like all this shit and like deal with all of his problems, and like he's basically at like a meditation for people who are like dying.
Right.
And so they guide these meditations. And when he goes in there, he sees this like penguin. And like each time that he goes into this like deep realm of his meditation, he sees this penguin. And then like eventually one time the penguin says like, slide. And it's just like so weird and random. And then he like wakes up out of it like, what the fuck? But like it's funny to see like, because I think for some people meditation is like a very like peaceful thing. But when you're dealing with a lot of like inner junk, meditation is quite frustrating. Um and it's almost like you have to kind of like ease into it like piece by piece. I remember like not wanting to spend any time alone with myself in my thoughts,
It's like
which now is just like a disgusting idea. Like I hate that that's true.
it's like trying to put on a pair of skinny jeans when you have a big ass. You know, it's hard. It's good. It takes work.
But I think the harder it is for you, that's more of an indication that you should be doing it, right?
Yeah, you should definitely be wearing skinny jeans to show off that beautiful fat ass.
I just think like if meditation, like if you start to meditate and it's really fucking hard, that probably is an indication that you need to do it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. There's
I'm so mentally
certain
deprived.
times mentally deprived. Yeah, I don't, but I don't have much time to just like think. I think that's another good thing about meditation is that it's like a scheduled moment. Because like it can be kind of hard to like take a moment. So sometimes it's good to like schedule that moment.
Yeah, definitely find that like middle ground. You're like, okay, I'm gonna focus on my breathing. I'm gonna kind of like clean my. The thing like for me was I constantly went to hills and forest. You
Mm.
know, the cypress trees in late August. And you can hear like the water kind of trickling down from the creeks, as you kind of like walk, and you can hear like the cracking of the dried up leaves and the branches and the twigs and the dirt and the rubble. She kind of got into this like thing of like diving into the water,
No, you
and
don't like
getting.
that.
No, doesn't work for me.
I like water.
The water analogy thing just doesn't. I don't know. It's like I'm not really. I mean, I guess I am scared of water. I've never been inside of the ocean like properly
You
before.
are afraid of water?
Kind of a little. What about so you're not terrified of water at all? Like if you were in a big ocean and you had like a
No,
pair
I
of
don't want
like
to do that.
okay,
I
but
mean,
like if
that's
you
just I don't belong there.
but would you like go into the ocean? Like if you had the equipment and stuff, like would you like dive
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Okay, but you wouldn't be
I
like
don't know
scared.
about, I mean, like the deep sea diving, I know a lot of dangers that are involved there. Like, you get this thing where, like, if you descend too quickly, you get like bubbles in your veins. And my friend Cynthia, or used to be friend, she got this like air pocket in her sinuses from like coming up too fast. And that kind of that but like I feel like those fears are like kind of like more like logical fears than like I'm afraid of water, which isn't, I'm not saying that's illogical. I'm just saying like I know that I act that way with certain things, and with water it's more of a like some things just aren't that safe. But I like water, like, and I think I'm a water sign. Um my Scorpio,
Yeah,
and
because you're
so
you're
I need
November.
water. Yeah.
Hold on, let me see what you're.
But I like water, and I'm a lot like water. Like I for the most part will follow the path like given, and I will kind of like
Scorpio.
fill in the cracks. Yeah, the Scorpio. So I like water. I don't mom put me and my sisters in swimming classes right away because my mom, she almost drowned when she was a kid.
And she
She
didn't know
just
how to swim.
not very well. Yeah, so when she had kids, she went to like the town like public pool, and she signed us up for swim classes. So like
Before public pools would give you E. coli. Yeah, go on.
public pools won't give you E. coli. What's
I know.
going on?
I know. No, I'm just be. I'm
That's
just.
what chlorine is for.
I know, dude, but they don't got no money for chlorine.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They
they
have to
got
put
plenty of money.
chlorine in there. They wouldn't be open. But I feel
Um,
like it's funny. But yeah, I would highly suggest like if you have children to like go to the public like pool and sign your kids up for swim lessons over the summer. That's what mom did with us, and we had to go to swim lessons every summer for like a couple of weeks. It wasn't the whole summer, but it was definitely a few weeks. And each summer they would teach us like a new skill. Like at first, they just taught us like when you're like itty bitty, they taught you just to put your face down in the water. And I remember being absolutely terrified. Like I did not want to do it. So if I hadn't been put in that swim class, I would be totally terrified of water because that's how I naturally was, like,
it's
when
weird.
I was born.
It's weird because like my grandmother taught me how to swim when I was 5. It was kind of like weird because like my sister lived in Brooklyn in the city, and we would drive in, and then like my mom kind of made it like a ritual that like pretty much every single time we came into Brooklyn, See, my sister, we're all about the artist. That is the whole purpose of this podcast, period. And you have a really valuable tool. You can share this with artists, people that are creative, someone that can enjoy this podcast and really enjoy the experience of Lost in the Groove. So, with that, let's jump back to today's episode, shall we? Like, I went straight to my grandma to get swimming lessons, like practically every single time.
Oh yeah, because your grandma would swim.
Yeah. And my grandma was like an amazing swim instructor. She would like, I remember like she'd put me on like on the side and she's like, I want you to let go. Like I'm terrified because like I don't know. It's like, you're okay. And I'm 5 and I got floaties on. So I'm not going anywhere. But I don't know what I don't know. I think maybe it's just like a mixture of just watching too many like Titanic and Poseidon's I think it's Poseidon's Adventure. I don't know, it's just like that fear of
I don't
the
know. Yeah, I get
unknown.
it. I do. I think the ocean is creepy when you can't see to the bottom of it. I grew up swimming in a lot of like swimming pools, like hotel swimming pools,
The
different
ocean is
swimming
not your hotel
pools.
swimming pool. Like
Yeah, so I would say like I grew up swimming in like public pools, friends pools, different places like that, school. And so I feel like I swam sometimes in like lakes. We don't have any alligators, we don't have any sharks, like
oh,
they're
people still go into the
really.
water even though they're gators.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying like that might be why I'm not as afraid, but like I know that yeah, I was afraid to put my face in the water when I was little, but then once they taught me like the basics of swimming, like I took off my own floaties and just started like swimming on my own without it. Like I once I got over like the initial like kind of like spookiness of having my face in the water, I was an absolutely incredible swimmer. Like it's a skill of mine that I can swim. I'm kind of coordinated with like all parts of my body at once.
Yeah,
I
being
really
able to do like a
enjoy.
butterfly lap.
I could, and not anymore. It'd probably kill me. I'd probably pull a muscle or something. But
I've done it.
I've
It's
it's a
hard.
lot of work. The butterfly thing, it's crazy. But what I was gonna say is that I think I genuinely like the way that the water feels on my body. Like when swimming in it and like splashing, like I and like going under the water with my head and like feeling myself like underneath like the layer. Like I when I was a kid I used to love to wear my goggles and like swim on my back right underneath the water and like watch like the outside through like the layer of the water. Like I think I really liked like the way that the light would come through the water and like different stuff like that. Like as a kid, I did find it and still do find it really therapeutic to like move around in it and like like run your hand through it and like create like the
You do you know
like
it's like do you
I
know it's
like
like
it.
it's kind of wild because it's kind of like almost learning the perspective of the fish, in the ocean when they're like when they're seeing us, and they're like, "What's that? Why is it coming closer?" Ah! And it's just dead, because you just came with like a fucking spike thing and just killed it, and then I had it for dinner. And then it was delicious. But anyway, like the other point I wanted to get to was like the fact that isn't it so wild that we as humans have lived around bodies of water for thousands of years and was completely free. And then now people charge like 50 fucking $1,000 for a bloody pool when that was like a natural thing. Like people just had lakes and pools for thousands of years and it was like free. But now it's like 50,000.
Yeah, I mean, the lakes now are like owned by like the state.
Monsanto and BlackRock. and Procter and Gamble.
I feel you. Yeah, none of the lakes belong to anyone anymore.
No, they have to own them because we're also going to dump all their garbage and waste and biomass and biofat and ex-wives and human sex trafficking. Yeah.
I always think of the Pocahontas movie. The earth is not a thing that you can claim. I also go back to my history course where they spoke about how when the first Native American saw the first fence that was put down in America, and they just like scoffed at it. Like they were like, "The fuck is this?" Like,
Why do you need a fence?
yeah, they like saw like the white man building a fence, and they were like, "The fuck?" And they just like walked right through it. They were like, "What is that?" Like, it's a, and like they like did it to like block off like cattle and stuff, and the Native Americans were like, "So that's our sheep too, because this fence is not a thing." Like, just because you put some fence there doesn't mean that I acknowledge it. Like, like it's like I just think there's a lot of like weird brainwashing that happens in like the European like culture that was
It's
brought over, where it's like they start like doing this like gaslighting where it's like, I can put fences up and claim things, and it's like, no you can't, and they
it,
just do it, and it's like they expect everyone else to acknowledge it. Like, it's so weird.
it's really wild because when you take like particularly like the not Cherokee, the Comanche, the Comanche that are out in Texas. Like, believe it or not, the only reason why that Texas kind of exists today is because of the Texas Rangers. But it's because the Comanches, they realized that bow and arrows were no longer practical, so they started stealing guns, and they learned how to shoot with guns, and then they learned how to shoot with guns on horses.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, they were ruthless. And like, I hate to say this, kudos to the Comanches. Like,
They
they
put up a
were,
good fight.
they
Yeah.
were motherfuckers. Like the shit, like the stories that people read, like the Comanches were the type, like they would just come and skin and scalp an entire village
Yeah,
in
that
one night.
scalping shit's pretty serious.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It
but
makes me
they,
wonder if there was like a specific like spirituality like behind like like people's like hair, or if it's just it really shows like domination, like how you're like kind of like
well,
grabbing
the
somebody.
wild thing is like the Comanches were like known to be in like a wild tribe. Like they had human sacrifices. They were known to get into cannibal rituals. Like
Good
they were,
lord.
yeah, they were wild people. Wild.
I
Like
don't know. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But I
there's
I mean like go on.
no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
got
no,
something to
no,
say?
no, 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 you.
I don't know. I feel like the Native Americans maybe wouldn't have had as much use or necessity or drawn to something like meditation because they're not as removed from their natural state.
I think it depends
They're
on the tribe though, because there are definitely tribes that are more
yeah.
spiritual than others.
Well, no, what I'm
Um,
saying is that like I feel like I feel like meditation is more important the more removed we are from nature. And so I feel like it would be good to meditate because we're very removed from nature and we're overstimulated. But I mean, like with Native Americans, I have absolutely no idea what type of challenges. There might have been like a different type of meditation. I mean, I'm sure like there were lots of different coping mechanisms that were carried down through different types of people.
yeah, for sure. I mean, like take things like even Native American instruments or even like a powwow. It's kind of like that kind of example where you're able to get yourself in almost a meditative state. being able to connect to nature, connecting to the spirits, to the ancestors.
I think that there is a lot there if you take time to kind of like listen to your inner self, just like be alone with yourself. I read a book and it's now been made into like a really cheesy movie, but before it was a cheesy movie, it was a very heartfelt book, and it was called Eat, Pray, Love,
Oh,
and
that movie.
it's a cheesy ass movie, but the book itself very good. And so this woman, before it was a cheesy movie, this woman wrote a book. And she went to India and she stayed in an ashram, which is just like I don't know, like a monk place where you go and you
Monastery.
stay. Monastery. Yeah. So she stayed there, and she meditated like a lot. And she was meditating a lot before she went there, and that's what kind of like led to her going there. But yeah, she lived there for a while and she studied and stuff and she meditated like crazy, but they left all that cool meditation crap kind of out of the movie. Like they showed it like a little bit, but not really as much as like I don't know. But it was fascinating when I read the book, and she talks a lot about like her journey with meditation. And when I think about meditation, I always think about reading that book because it was kind of like my first introduction to it and listening to somebody's like inner thoughts that came up during meditation and like or some it's cool like with a book you can kind of like find out like the inner details of how somebody feels about
Yeah,
something without like having to like really talk directly to them.
you
So
get into the inner cracks, basically.
she talked about her journey with meditation. She talked about like when she, reached what I would say was like a peak. And she said that she had like a like she meditated so hard that she had like a blue electric light like shoot up her spine. And there's no blue
Specifically
electric light.
blue,
Yeah, blue.
but there is no blue electric light.
You don't think there is? It's like a white blue,
Like
like
almost
the
like a
color
lightsaber.
of flame. You know when flame is like blue flame, like it's like
Okay.
blue white. It's like that, like an electric. I've seen the electricity before myself, and we are truly electric. Like you and I, there's an electric charge in your heart. There's an electric charge in every part of you because there's ions in you.
Technically, we are organic machines, if you think
Yeah.
about it.
Well, you're organic, but there's an electrical charge in you.
Yeah, like very much like just how a car has like a computer, we have a brain, just like a car has a. I'm trying to like think of what a heart would be. Well,
Yeah, they
charging
got
system. Yeah, the
their
charging system.
engine. I mean, they're little like I don't know, but I would, oil is my blood. That's what people always said about the
Yeah,
cars. Um, but I feel like with meditation, it sounds like she basically kind of had like some type of meditation orgasm.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the engine is the heart of the. I'm a fucking idiot.
I think I
Yeah, the
said that,
engine
yeah.
is the heart of the.
And you were like,
I went to
and I was
school. I
like,
should know this shit.
oil is my blood.
Yeah. But it's true though. It really like takes you to that. I don't know. Like we've kind of like gone through that heebie-jeebie, bullshit thing of like maybe there is some truth to this. There kind of has to be.
I mean, with my meditation, I feel like nowadays I pray,
Eat, pray, love.
and I pray for answers, um, and I pray for like direction and stuff like that. I feel like I should probably meditate. I went to that one meditation. I really liked it. I feel like it's hard to get myself into a place where I feel safe enough to journey away to meditate, if you know what I mean. What do
Mm-hmm.
you think holds you back?
Stress, anxiety, depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the things that Monsanto wants you to get in your SSRIs. So, not gonna do pills, even though that the
Yeah.
colors are really cool. Hey, it's Dave, and I quickly just wanted to jump in and say if you've been enjoying the podcast, enjoying this episode, if you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, that'll be so greatly appreciated. Because here's the thing, someone might read that review and make the choice if they want to listen to the podcast. You get to help grow this podcast with us. How fucking cool is that? Let's jump back to today's episode. Cool, and they come in really cool bottles, right? They do. Bottles are really cool, right? It's kind of awesome that pills have like their own like bottles, and like different pharmacies have different colors. Some are orange. You go
You
to
want to
Publix
collect
and
the
it,
bottles?
like Publix is green. I think
There used
Publix
to
is are
be Kmart. You get these really cool ones.
red ones.
Yeah. Do you
The
remember
red
those
one.
red ones?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the red
they were like
ones.
upside down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was so cool.
They were really cool. Oh my god.
Yeah, Kmart used to do this thing where they would like give you a gift card if you transferred your prescription to the Kmart pharmacy.
They don't do that
And
stuff anymore. Yeah, they used to do that thing. Because it was
it
like
was
a
like a
really big...
$20 gift card. So like we would purposely get our prescriptions sent to not Kmart so that we could get them transferred to the Kmart and get the gift card.
And they never kept track. So the thing is,
No.
you could just keep on doing this as many times as you'd like. So you just go
Yeah.
to a different doctor and you'd be like, give them the wrong pharmacy on purpose.
And then transfer it. It was kind of a hassle, but $20 was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, $20 would buy you like
Wow.
like a week's worth of dinners.
Did they close all the Kmarts?
I think there was one that I believe was in Miami, but I think that one went out of
Yeah.
business. And now there's just one left in New York. There's just
That's
one
it.
Kmart.
There used to be a Kmart in LA.
A Kmart or the Kmart?
What, like the Kmart? Like the first one?
The first.
It says that there's a Kmart on Hickman Road in Iowa here. It says that we have a Kmart.
It must not be open, though.
It can't be. That thing's been long closed.
A long time ago.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that Kmart closed like 20 years ago. I'm looking at a picture of it right now and I'm so confused. Yeah, that is not a Kmart.
What is it?
No, I mean, like, it's just funny that they still like point it out as the Kmart, but it's a storage place now.
But it's still
But
labeled.
like when I Google it, it says like the Kmart on Hickman Road, and it's like
No,
that
but
hasn't
it's
been
storage.
a Kmart in like 20 years. But
bro, it's Kmart storage now.
Yeah, Walmart really took over. You know who else has got it going on? Burlington Coat Factory.
They suck.
You think?
Suck.
Why? Why they suck?
I don't know. It's kind of like Ross for Less too. It's just they just have crappy stuff.
Ross, yeah, Ross is a tough one.
But like when you go to TJ Maxx, it's like you usually will spot a really good deal. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've probably got better deals in TJ Maxx.
I was at Nordstrom Rack and shit was so expensive. I was like, what the fuck? I'm looking at
I've done
$100 t-shirt.
I've done really well in Nordstrom Rack. So it turns out there's a secret rack within Nordstrom Rack. It's kind of like in the middle of the store. Throwing this out to people, where like 90% of the stuff is like 70% off.
Yeah, I saw it.
But you gotta go there the right days. When do you think is the right day to go?
Sunday or Monday.
Mm-hmm. Particularly like so this is wild. I did not know this is a thing. So it turns out if you go there on a Sunday when people are in church, it's kind of the best time. Because nobody's there.
I can't believe that people go to church that much that like it actually makes a difference.
It does, because they get usually a shipment on Fridays and Saturdays, usually at the end of the week. And depending on like what they can get in, they can get stuff that are like originally like $300 and you can buy it for like $45.
Ugh,
Yeah.
money.
Money. So
Where?
where's
That's
your
why
honey?
free meditation is a good idea.
In
'Cause it's
new mad
free.
world. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Or you could be the person that just goes to Nordstrom Rack and just looks and doesn't buy a thing.
I like to just look and be like, you know what? I'm gonna not buy that.
What was that movie? I think it was with Sandra Bullock where she like goes into a store and then like grabs a bunch of items and says, "I want to return it." Doesn't ever like she claims she doesn't have a receipt. And then she puts
Heartbreakers.
that was wild. Like, there's no way anybody could pull that off.
Right? Isn't that what that movie is?
Yeah.
It's her and some other chick.
Some other chick. I love
But
that.
man,
What's
I
it
don't know. I don't know if that's that movie or not.
What's it called?
I thought it was Heartbreakers, but it's not.
Are you sure?
If you looked up Sandra Bullock movies,
There's so many Sandra Bullock movies. I feel like she's been in everything except sex.
Sandra Bullock movies. Holy shit.
I know.
Hey,
It's a long
I really
list.
I like Practical Magic. It's a good movie.
It's not the law. It's not the proposal.
I can't remember which one it is, but it's not the one I was thinking of.
Is it Ocean's 8, maybe?
Nah.
I think it might have been Ocean's 8.
Really?
I think so.
Huh. I guess,
think-
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because like the Ocean's 8 was kind of like Ocean's 11, and like they're all criminals, you know, and they like all got superpowers. I'm assuming like her superpowers, like she's really good at like stealing things.
That's really cool. It wasn't The Heat, was it?
I don't think so.
That looks
I mean,
good, though.
she was in The Heat.
Well, now I'm just looking at like movies that Sandra Bullock was in.
Are you sure that she was in Heat? Because I'm checking.
Not Heat, The Heat.
The
It's like
Heat.
some buddy cop movie where she's holding a gun. Me mom. Yeah, she's in a lot of movies.
She is in a lot of movies. Oh my god, and she's with Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah. Forces of
OG.
Nature was a really popular movie when I was young.
Want to wrap this up?
I liked Gravity.
Gravitate towards meditation and mind and soul and find your chakra. Wow, this movie is wild.
Oh,
Does
fuck.
does Melissa McCarthy have a gun?
Looks like it.
I want to watch this movie now. I want to relax and watch this movie. I think I'm going to do that.
Heat? You're going to watch
Yeah.
2013's Heat.
Yeah.
An uptight FBI special agent is paired with a foul-mouthed Boston cop to take down a ruthless drug lord.
This looks funny as hell. This looks so funny.
What did it get on Rotten Tomatoes? It got 65%.
Okay, so that means it's amazing.
Well, it means it's decent.
No, it's amazing. See, the thing about Rotten Tomatoes, the lower the rating, that tells you how good the movie is.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
But yeah, Bird Box
90.
is terrifying.
Yeah. Well, they came out a recent movie about a serial killer, the one on the dating show in the 70s. It's called like The 1 Hour or something, where like they recreated it, but in like movie TV show way.
What is it?
I don't Woman of the Hour or something.
I remember when Sandra Bullock like announced that she had plastic surgery and everybody like made like a huge deal out of it. And then nowadays nobody gives a fuck if anybody's had any plastic
Has she
surgery.
had plastic surgery?
Absolutely. She said she's had all the plastic surgery you can get.
She looks great.
Yeah. She also kind of looks like Celine Dion in this one photo.
Let me see. I don't know. Her name just kind of is like,
A weird name.
yeah, it's like, I'm Sandra Bullock.
Black. What is that?
Bullock.
Black.
I mean, we can ask her, but I don't think she ever's going to get on our podcast.
Oh, I really liked that one movie that she did with what's his face. Let me find it. It was recent. It was like a
Oh yeah, she's
safari movie.
Oh yeah, she's definitely had plastic surgery done. She's had rhinoplasty.
Yeah.
Like her
The
nose.
Lost City. I love The Lost City. I thought it was pretty funny.
Her nose looks very fake.
Mostly because I like Tater Channing's.
What is with all these celebrities and getting terrible nose jobs?
What, you think her nose job looks bad?
It's okay. It's all right.
Did you look at the picture?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her nose could look better.
Yeah, like she had a very pretty nose. Oh wow. Oh wow. She is very pretty. Like there's something like,
yeah, there is something special about her. Like she's unlike anybody else. But there's a lot of women that I've met that have like that type of quality where it's like, whoa. But
yeah, she had a bigger nose. She had it like narrowed. She had her nose narrowed.
it's interesting, like you can tell she has always kind of like carried a little bit of like an insecurity. Like for being like a beautiful woman, she's always been kind of like not as attractive as she should be, like in her own opinion.
Is she
You know?
60? Is she really 60?
I thought she's 57,
Hold
but
on.
she
Let me
could
see.
be over 60.
No way. She looks great for her age, though. See,
Yeah,
when
she
you
had all
have that
work
kind
done.
when you have that kind of money, honey, you can like keep yourself looking young forever.
She is 60. Yeah.
Wow. I would,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
She was the world's highest paid actress from 2010 to 2014. It is true.
Until Reese Witherspoon took her place.
Yeah, it is true. Reese Witherspoon was like fucking like hot shit.
She is currently worth an estimated, I think, like $584 million.
Who's the hottest actress now?
Like the hottest?
No, I mean just like the top paid actress.
Still Reese Witherspoon.
Still?
Still Reese Witherspoon.
Damn, she hasn't been in anything either.
I think just because she like owns companies and things and like production. That's kind of how also Jerry Seinfeld made a lot of his money, was writing and producing.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller was the same thing as well. Like he predominantly did the same thing.
Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie takes the cake for highest paid actress.
712 million, I believe. Somewhere around there.
12.5
million?
She was paid 12.5 million for her role as Barbie.
But is she worth over $700 million?
Doesn't say how much she's worth. It says that Sandra Bullock comes in second, then Zendaya, then Millie Brown.
That doesn't make any sense because Reese Witherspoon, if I'm not mistaken, was worth like almost close to $500 million.
Angelina Jolie, then Scarlett Johansson. But
Angelina Jolie is pretty much broke at this point. Like, I don't even know how she's making any money.
I don't think she's broke. I think she's doing quite fine.
Okay, honey, when we say broke, we're talking about rich broke. Rich broke means like you're in the tens. You're not in the hundreds anymore.
This says that she's worth $48 million.
Who?
What am I looking at here? Startup Insider. I don't know what that is, but that's my reference point here.
Reese Witherspoon is worth $440 million.
Well, that's different than like highest paid actress. We're talking about two different things.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, she does. She owns a bunch of like production companies. She owns, I think it's called like Marigold. And that's like a big, she's got her own channel going. I know people who worked for her.
I'm getting a completely different answer. It says the highest paid actress is Ada Hegerberg.
Sounds cool.
I don't even know who this person is.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like
know,
a
isn't that
professional
weird?
football. Oh my god. Actress. Why is it giving me like sports people? Like this is just wild. Christian Sinclair. These are just soccer players. I don't know how like they consider these actresses. You know what I mean? Okay, this is just an absolutely wild list.
Maybe it wasn't marigold. It was like the name of like some flower, like chrysanthemum or like some random ass like flower was the name of her production company or channel.
Or something. I know what you're getting at.
But I got so close to meeting Reese Witherspoon. Like I was like inches away. Like there were like people that were like I did makeup for her ex-husband. XX. Yeah, you're right. Looks
Sandra
like she
Bullock,
got divorced again.
Sandra Bullock is worth like an estimate $250 million.
Ooh, shit. Reese Witherspoon's born on March 22nd.
Is that bad?
It's my ex's birthday. I just think it's a psycho birthday. I've met a couple other people born on that birthday. I guess it could be okay sometimes.
I guess.
But it's like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that happens to be her birthday.
Shit.
She's short. She's 5'1". Tiny little Reese Witherspoon.
So let's get the last spoonful of the Reese's peanut butter cup flavored vanilla ice cream. The peanut butter.
Her production company is just called Hello Sunshine, which that sounds about right. I kind of remember that.
It sounds boring as hell, but you know what? Kudos to her coming up with a really original name for her company.
Hello Sunshine.
Hello Sunshine.
Aims to broaden perspectives and empower women by giving them authorship, inspiring agency, and creating a platform to help them shape culture.
Shit.
All right, should I let David go to sleep?
I'm gonna want to watch part of this movie too, because I'm kind of like.
You ready for the heat?
Yeah.
Ready for some heat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to, if you want to check out Carissa, you can find her on Instagram at American Groove Pod. And if you want to find the podcast Lost in the Groove, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Lost in the Groove Pod. So with that, what do we tell these people?
Thank you.
All right, motherfuckers. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Out.